Welcome once again. I welcome all of students in my this lecture. That is going to be a second lecture, and we have already started that our second chapter for NCRT that is related to the biology, microorganisms, friend or foe. So we have already discussed a lot of points, and then we are here that where do microorganisms live, right? So in our previous chapter also we have just seen where the microorganisms live. In that we have discussed so many points. So in every environment the microorganisms can be live, right? And microorganisms, I told you before that it can be a single cell like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as algae and fungi. So they can survive under all type of environment ranging from ice cold climate to hot springs and desert to the marshy land, right? So here it can be shown it can be survive into both the situation, like in a very hot desert also some microorganism can be survive, or in some cold region also it can be survive. So it is depend on the microorganism, so it can be survive in both the regions or both the climates. So we cannot say any environment it is bacteria free, whether we are making the climate very hot and we are saying it is 100% organism free or microorganisms are not there. So it is not actually right. So some type of microorganism that is called thermophilic microorganism, they can be survive into a higher temperature also. So they are also found inside the bodies of the animal including the humans also. And some microorganisms grow on the other organisms while other exist freely. Like some organisms can be grow inside the other organisms or inside the other animals body, but some can be survive onto its own and grow other organism while other exist freely in the environment. Some can be freely alive into the environment. And microorganisms like amoeba, this is a very famous organism. In our previous classes also you have discussed about this, that is amoeba, and can be live alone. And that is why, because it's a single cell organism. With the one cell only all the things can be done. It can be take a food inside, it can be digest it can be use the energy, it can be excrete out the waste material with one cell only. That is why it is very important. And while fungi and bacteria may live in colonies, like microorganisms like amoeba, it can be live alone, but some other fungi and bacteria may live in colonies. It is called the colonies, means more than one microorganisms, they are just living together in the colonies. So that is about the microorganisms. Like, and now we will discuss this topic, that microorganisms and us. What is relation between the microorganism and us, that we have seen little bit in our last lecture, that is why it is necessary. And we have discussed so many things, that is some microorganisms friendly for us, right? Some can be used in bakeries and some can be used in curd industries, like and we have seen an example of lactobacillus, right? So lactobacillus is an organism which can be converted, which can be reproduced inside the milk and can be converted into the curd. So that is why we are adding a small culture of curd to our milk, so it can be produce a new curd. So that is a reason why that is important. So these are the type of organism which can be helpful for us. And some microorganisms from olden days the people are using for alcohol production, like in a wine and beer industry. So the organism, the name is yeast. So yeast is used to reproduce to make the alcohol from fruit juices or from other sugar. So it is the organism name is yeast which are using. Or for example the organic waste, or we can be using to the reduce the organic waste also we are using sometime. But yeast is an organism which can be use a sugar from any fruit juices, and it can be do the respiration, and finally at the end of the respiration it will, because it is anaerobic respiration, it will done by the yeast, and it will produce the alcohol. So that is why it is used into the wine and beer industries. Formation of alcohol will be happen, and it can be broken down the sugar molecule. So like lactobacilli and yeast is useful into the industry level. That is why we will say these are the helpful organism that we can be used in our day-to-day life. Here you can be see this is the lactobacillus, or lactobacillus can be used into the production of the conversion of milk into the curd, right? So that is bacteria is also involved. We can be used into the cheese formation, pickles formation, and many other food items will be made with the help of this lactobacillus. An important ingredient of suji, idlis, and bhaturas, that is curd we are adding. If you see the recipe for this all the food, so we have to be add the curd into this recipe. Why? Because the curd will be having the lactobacilli, and that will convert this food items into alcoholic, or it can be release some alcohol which is needed in this recipe. So there is one activity we have seen yesterday. You have to take a half kg of the flour, that is called atta and maida, and add some water and sugar into it, and mix with the warm water, and add a small amount of the yeast. So that is the yeast is an organism. Here also in the bakery, this is the yeast which is useful into this part. So that is called a yeast, and that yeast will be used for conversion, or means after adding the yeast, the dough will be risen. And why the dough will be risen, it will look fluffy, because the yeast will be used the sugar that is present inside the dough, or it will be do again the anaerobic respiration, because yeast is a bacteria which will do the anaerobic respiration. And while it is break down the glucose, it will produce carbon dioxide also, and some some alcohol. So that carbon dioxide gas will be reproduced from the dough, and that is why the dough will be rise up. So if you are keeping this material for 2 to 3 hours, so we can see the dough will be risen, and that is because of the activity of the yeast. So like this, yeast produces rapidly and produces the carbon dioxide during the respiration, and the bubbles of that gases will fill up and increases its volume. So this is the basis of the use of yeast in the baking industry for making the breads, pastries and cakes. So that is why if you have visited any bakeries or the bakery industry, just find out that they are using, or they must be using, the yeast organism, because it is make the bread fluffy, and that is our requirement, right? If the bread whenever you see the bread, it look like fluffy, so that air or the gas will release from the dough, that is because of the yeast only, and it will make there. And some commercial uses of microorganisms also we can be say commercial on industry level. So microorganisms are used for the large scale production of the alcohol in the wine and acetic acid, wine, beer, acetic acid, vinegar, we are using into the food. So these all are made by the microorganisms only, and the microorganism again is yeast only is used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugar present in the grains like barley, wheat, rice and crushed fruit juices. So here some industries are using the barley, some using wheat rice, some using crushed fruit juices. So this is all actually they are providing the sugar resources, and by using this sugar, our yeast organism will be reproduced, and it will do the anaerobic respiration. It will break down the glucose, and it will release the alcohol. So whenever it is break down the alcohol, it is break down the sugar, the yeast will be release alcohol and carbon dioxide. So it is depend on a product or depend on an industry. Like in our bread industry, they need carbon dioxide, that is why they are adding a yeast. Or in our alcohol industries, they need alcohol, that is why they are adding a yeast. So in the both, the yeast is useful. So that is why this is the example, or very good example of microorganism that is useful for the human being, that is advantage for us, right? So that is why we can say this is good organism for us, like lactobacilli in curd formation, or yeast into bread and wine and beer industries. So there is one more activity here, 2.4, that is it's mentioned here, take a 500 ml beaker filled with 3 by 4 with the water, and dissolve 2 to 3 teaspoon of the sugar in it, and add a half spoon of yeast powder again. to the sugar solution. So it is make a solution sugary and keep it covered with a warm place for 4 to 5 hours, and now the smell the solution. So could you get a smell? So what is actually is here, we are adding a sugar, also we are adding yeast powder also. So this yeast will be utilized, the sugar solution or the solution which is having the sugar, so that sugar will be break down with the help of this yeast microorganism, and again it will be produce carbon dioxide gas plus alcohol. So that is the smell, and it is mentioned here, you just have to be smell. So when you are smelling it, you will feel the smell of alcohol. So why? Because the fermentation will be happen over there, and sugar that is broken down with the help of yeast organism, and it will just produces alcohol. So if you are taking the smell of this solution after 4 to 5 hours, so you will feel it's look like alcohol smell. So that is called actually the fermentation. This all process when we are doing on an industry level, so it is a name given here, that is called fermentation. So with the help of this activity you will understand. So this is the smell of alcohol actually, as a sugar has been converted into alcohol by the yeast, right? So this is actually the reaction will be happen, anaerobic respiration will be happen, and this yeast organism just break down the glucose into alcohol. That is our desired product in when we are talking about the wine and beer industry. And this is the process of conversion of the sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation, right? So what is the definition of fermentation? The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. Conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation, and this is done by a microorganism. So that is a means beneficial activity of microorganism, we can be say. So the whole the reaction or whole the process called fermentation, because before it was a glucose, after that microorganism yeast has digested, and that it is releases alcohol. So it is just conversion into the alcohol. Now here is the name of scientist, that is Louis Pasteur, that discovered fermentation in 1857. This is the very first scientist which the scientists have discovered this fermentation process, and afterwards we have a lot of industries, they are utilizing this techniques in our desired products. So that is the very first scientist called Louis Pasteur, right? So he have discovered it, fermentation in 1857. Now we will just take one more advantage of microorganism in medicinal uses. So this is we are going to see one by one, we are looking the advantages of the microorganism. First we have seen the advantage in the conversion of milk into curd, that is also because of lactobacillus microorganism. Then we have seen in the yeast, we have seen in the bread industries, we have seen actually, that is organism, the name is yeast, which is converting the sugar from our flow into alcohol, that or into carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide is our desired product which will make our bread fluffy. Then we have seen into the wine and beer industry, the again organism was yeast, it is just using the sugar and converting into alcohol. So that is our desired product, alcohol. Now we are looking the advantage of yeast into the medicinal use of microorganism. So actually some microorganism which also use in a medicinal industry also. So what is that? Whenever you fall ill, doctor will may give you some antibiotics. Always we are, whenever we are feeling some temperature or we are having some problems in our body, so we will just visit to the doctor, and doctor normally prescribe the antibiotics. So what is that? Antibiotic capsules or injections, so such as penicillin. So normally the penicillin is an antibiotic which is prescribed by the doctor a lot of time. So the source of this medicine is microorganism. Actually the penicillin is a one of the type of antibiotic which can be present or available into capsule form or in an injection form also. So this is also the antibiotic which is produced, and the source that is microorganism only. So this medicines kills or stop the growth of disease causing microorganism, right? It is produced by the microorganism, and it can be having activity to stop the or killing the growth of the disease causing microorganism. Because why we are feeling ill, why we are going ill, because the some undesirable microorganisms are coming into the body and it is making us ill. So this antibodies, it will stop that microorganism and will feel better. So such medicine are called antibiotics. So this is the medicine which will be stop the growth of disease causing microorganism. It is called antibiotics and it can be produced from the microorganisms. So these days a number of antibiotics are being produced from the bacteria and fungi. So many fungi and bacteria are there which is helping us to prepare antibiotics, and the example is streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin. These are the three examples or the name of the antibiotics. Number 1 streptomycin, number 2 tetracycline and number 3 erythromycin. So these are examples of the antibiotics which are normally the doctors are prescribing whenever we are feeling ill and we are visiting to the doctor. So that is one of the best use of some microorganism that will come under to the good activities, or that is showing that microorganisms are good for us. Now we will see this, that is in 1929 Alexander Fleming. This is actually about how the antibiotics are discovered with the microorganism. So this was Alexander Fleming, who was in 1929 was working on a culture of disease causing bacteria. He is actually working on a disease causing bacteria and it is growing. So suddenly he found the spores of a little green mold in one of his culture plate. He found a mold, a colony of the mold that is in the green colored on its plate where it is growing to that microorganism, and he observed that the presence of the mold prevented the growth of bacteria. He found wherever the mold is growing, that is it is preventing the growth of bacteria, and in fact it is also killed many of these bacteria also. Who killed that mold when it is just growing, the culture of mold. So he found it is wherever the mold is growing, it is not allowing to any other organism to grow over there, or sometimes it is killing also to the other bacteria. So from this the mold penicillin was prepared. So after that further research, the people have started to use a mold penicillin. We are using the mold, and penicillin is one of the type of that mold only. So that is penicillin antibiotic discovered like this, and afterwards so many industries they are using this mold penicillin because it is having the effect on bacteria. It can be not allowing or stopping the growth, or sometimes it is just killing the other bacteria. So that is why the mold penicillin can be used. So that is a medicinal use, and commonly known as antibiotics, which are made from fungi and bacteria. So antibiotics normally made from fungi and bacteria. So the antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganism and are used to cure a variety of diseases. These are specially we are growing this microorganism, and that is called antibiotics, and that microorganisms are can be useful to kill the other microorganisms which are making the body ill. So that is called antibiotics and used to cure the variety of diseases. So with the help of this, so many varieties of the disease can be killed into our body. So antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infection in the animal. Sometime if you visit the poultry farm, so they are also using some antibiotics, they are mixing with the food and they are giving to the poultry. That is so why they are giving, that is making the poultries infection free and making them healthy, and they are also used to control many plant diseases. So many plant diseases are also there. So this so many antibiotics are also invented which are going to be used into the plant to make them disease free. So that is all about the antibiotics we have seen up to here. That is why this is one of the one more use of microorganism penicillin. So as we are looking the good qualities, or we are looking the microorganisms are friend for us, so we have this all the discussion related to that. The next we can be start here, that is it is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor, right? It is actually a good thing. We are using the antibiotics, but we cannot take it by our own mind. We cannot go to the medical and directly we can have antibiotics, and we can use it when we feel it, we feel ill, because so many type of antibiotics are there, and that is must be prescribed by the doctor only. We cannot go and take by our own and eat it. So also you must finish, and okay, first of all we have to take the doctor's advice which kind of the infection we have, and then doctor will advise you which kind of the antibiotics you have to take, because so many type of antibiotics are there. And number 2 precaution, that is we have to be finish this antibiotics course, whatever the course prescribed by the doctor. If you are not finishing the course, the all the microorganisms will be not kill, and you will not cure totally from the disease. So that is why the prescribed dose should be taken, or you have to complete the dose. And if you take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong doses, so it may take drug less effective when you might need in the future, right? So many times the people are taking from their own mind, they are just going to the chemist and taking the antibiotics. So if you are taking the antibiotics unnecessarily, if there is no need of antibiotics and you are taking it, and sometimes you are taking in a wrong way, sometimes you are just taking only half dose. So what the effect of this all the wrong thing, it will make the drug less effective, right? It is having the resistance, the word is we can be use the resistance, our body having the resistance related to that antibiotics. And whenever we might need it in future, if you, in future you having the and in some infection, and when you are eating that antibiotics, so antibiotics is not effective like before, because of this all the misconception we have done. So that is why it will make the antibiotics less effective in future. So we have to follow all these things. Also antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. If there is no need of antibiotics and you are using for long time, if doctor has given you for 3 days and you are taking for 6 days, because it is very good and antibiotics, so if you are taking an overdose also, it is may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body, some bacteria which is needed in our body. So that antibiotics can be killed to the good bacteria also in our body. So that is not a good thing for us. So we should understand, and we should take care of these all the points. So and antibiotics however are not effective against cold and flu, as these are caused by viruses, right? So antibiotics we are using in so many kind of the infections, but antibiotics cannot be effective into against the cold. We having the cold, we having flu, so that is not effective, because this cold and flu is actually caused by viruses, and antibiotics only acting on a bacteria. So that is why we have to go for other treatment. So antibiotics cannot be used while you are having some infection with viruses. Okay, so that is you have to be keep in your mind. So some other points related to this chapter we will discuss in our next lecture. So up to that, just whatever point we have covered here, whatever the good advantages of the antibiotics we have seen here, we have especially seen the advantages of the microorganisms like penicillin, we have seen the advantages of yeast, we have seen the advantages of in the lactobacillus. So these are the advantages actually showing us that microorganisms are good for us and how it is helpful. So we have covered this point up to here, that antibiotics, and the points to remember we have also seen here. So the next point, that is vaccine. What is vaccine, what is useful things, or why it is we have to take the vaccine, so many vaccines we are taking. So that all the points we will discuss in our next lecture. So up to that, take care.